Hi, it's Laura. Here's what's cooking tonight for dinner. I know it's so difficult. If you work in the home and you're chasing kids all day, it's exhausting to try and think of something new every night to have for dinner. If you work outside the home, equally as difficult. And I found this recipe on Pinterest and I played with it a little bit and made it much easier for you. It basically is chicken, sort of like takeout you get from Chinese, but you make it at home, a couple ingredients, and it's done like that. Okay, here's where we start. I have some chicken tenderloins. Now, I usually go to Chef Smart, and last time I went, they were under $1.50 a pound. You buy them in bulk, you come home, you get your Ziplocs, you lay them out flat in your freezer, and then they're ready. And sometimes they drip all over your hands, which is really cool, because I love poultry juice. I'm kidding, I hate it. Now, I like to hit the pan with a little, I usually use olive oil, because I believe it's better for you. Now, I'm going to lay these, that looks more like a chicken breast. Anyway. You just lay it in your pan, and what you're going to do is saute it, and then you close your Ziploc bag, and then you make your husband deal with it, because that's what he does when he's not using the camera. A little olive oil on there, and I'm going to get that going. In the meantime, I've taken some broccoli, I put it in this pan, and we're going to get that going too. Now, the thing I love about this is it was supposed to be in a crock pot. The Pinterest recipe calls for a crock pot. But you have to be awake really early in the morning, and you have to have the chicken thawed. And I don't know about you, I never have time for that. So what I do is I'm going to saute this instead of putting it in the crock pot with the ingredients. This is how I like to cook. It's 5 o'clock. Well, actually, it is 5 o'clock somewhere, even in my world. So cheers to you. Ingredients, super simple. You have your chicken. Tenderloins are better. I thought I was getting those out of the freezer, but I have breast. No big deal. I like to use Sweet Baby Ray's because I think it's a really cool name and it makes me think of Ray Charles. Love Ray Charles. And then some marmalade. Smucker's is good. Use the store brand. Use the sugar-free. Whatever is good for you. Now you have to decide. Are you more of a barbecue person like my husband, or are you more like a marmalade person like me? When I made this the first time, I did it to my liking, which is usually what I do because he's a good sport. And I did maybe 3 to 1. And you just, I'm going to try not to make that funny noise that makes us all giggle like we're 5. Okay, so again, you just do it. Okay, it's all over the counter. This is real and live. Okay. Sweet Baby Ray's all over the countertop, but that's okay. All right, so here's some marmalade. And all I'm going to do is get it in there. Now, if you like to get sweet and sour chicken, even like a sesame chicken, this you're going to love. So I'm just going to stir, 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 stir. And then, like every good cook, put your finger in it. Way too much barbecue. All right. So anyway, it's trial and error. But as you can see, it doesn't take very long at all. The tenderloins are going to be much quicker. And again, I do that at Chef Smart. If you've never been there, very cool place, especially if you need a big vat of hot fudge to make, I don't know, an ice cream cake. That's what I use it for. Really neat place, great deals on a lot of stuff. All right, let's cover this for a second so we can accelerate. All right, so while you were gone, had a sip or two. I love flowers. I'm not the best at it, but some peonies, and these are all transplanted from other people's yards that mean a lot to me. And then I added the lavender because it's my all-time favorite. It relaxes me. Well, I don't ever relax. Who am I kidding? Nice crispy brown. Okay. So what we're going to do at this point is turn the heat down so you don't get a bath and a splatter. And all this gooey yumminess, remember it's Sweet Baby Ray's and the marmalade. We're going to put it in there, and it's going to make that noise, and that just means it's doing what it's supposed to. And I'm just going to not really cook it, but get it warm enough. I'm going to put the lid on, let it steam a little bit for a second. In the meantime, our broccoli looks nice and green. Now, the first time I made this, I did not have sesame seeds. And you don't need sesame seeds. I just think it looks more Asian, like takeout. It wasn't until I got a coupon in the Sunday paper for Spice Island that I did this myself. So, we now have sesame seeds. Don't need them. It doesn't really affect the taste. And you can add rice, but as I get older, I try to minimize carbs. So, we're just going to put it on a bed of beautiful green broccoli. So basically, you're just going to put it here, make a little nest for it to sit in. Presentation isn't really my thing. All right, so look at this ooey gooey goodness. Now it's marmalade and the Sweet Baby Ray's. You use whatever whatever you care for. I think an apricot preserve would also be incredible. So then you just put it on there in some lovely way. Serve it with rice if you are not thick in the middle like me. And then you can take, if and only if you have these, a little sesame seed. And that's it. And that's what's cooking tonight at my house.